السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله الذي لا يبلغ مدحته القائلون ولا يحصي نعماءه العادون ولا يؤدي حقه المجتهدون. فترى الخلائق بقدرته ونشر الرياح برحمته ووتد بالصخور ميدان أرضه. ثم الصلاة والسلام على العبد المؤيد والرسول المسدد حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم محمد صلى الله عليه وآله الطيبين الطاهرين وصحبه المنتجبين.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
عباد الله، أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله. اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. أما بعد، وإذ قال عيسى ابن مريم يا بني إسرائيل إني رسول الله إليكم مصدقا لما بين يدي من التوراة ومبشرا برسول يأتي من بعدي اسمه أحمد. فلما جاءهم بالبينات قالوا هذا سحر مبين. بشارة من روح الله وكلمته وعبده ورسوله الذي أشرق في تاريخ الرسل والرسالات وانفتح قلبه لله ولعباد الله الصالحين. بشر بدعوة جديدة وبينة إلهية. بشر برسول يأتي من بعده، وهذا قبل 700 سنة. واسم أحمد اسم اختارته أمه آمنة عليها السلام، واستعمله قادة العرب وشعراؤهم في أشعارهم وكلماتهم، ومنهم حسان إذ قال صلى الإله ومن يحف بعرشه والطيبون على المبارك أحمدي.
صل على محمد وآل محمد.
وجاء في سورة الأعراف يقول سبحانه وتعالى يجدونه مكتوبا عندهم في التوراة والإنجيل. وإذا سئل لماذا لا أثر لهذه البشارة في التوراة والإنجيل الموجودين عندنا اليوم، نقول ما قال 27 عالما من علماء اليهود والنصارى في كتاب قاموس الكتاب المقدس تحت مادة يوشيا، بأن مما لا شك فيه أن معظم الأسفار المقدسة أتلف أو فقد في عصر الارتداد عن الله. وكما نعلم ليس كل ما ورد في العهد القديم والجديد أقوال موسى وعيسى عليهما السلام، إذ أن قسما كبيرا من المكتوبات في التوراة والإنجيل هي أقوال الحواريين والأتباع. ومع كل هذا فإن فيها تعبيرات تبشر بظهور قائد عظيم لا تنبق أوصافه إلا على نبي الإسلام صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم، ومنها ما ورد في إنجيل يوحنا من قول عيسى بن مريم عليه السلام قال: وأنا أطلب من الأب فيعطيكم معزيا آخر يمكث معكم إلى الأبد. فقالوا إن المقصود من كلمة معزي أو مصلي أو فرقليت أو بيركلوس هو الروح القدس، بالرغم أن الروح القدس كان موجودا في عهد عيسى. فنحن نرى أن تعبير المسيح عليه السلام بالمعزي والممدوح معادل لمفهوم أحمد مبشرا برسول يأتي من بعدي اسمه أحمد، وجاء على لسان أمير المؤمنين عليه السلام: أتأمرني بالصبر في نسر أحمد، ووالله ما قلت الذي قلت جازما، سأسعى لوجه الله في نسر أحمد نبي الهدى المحمود طفلا ويافعا. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. إن يوم 17 من هذا الشهر الربيع الأول هو يوم مجيء هذا المنجي، يوم انفتاح باب الرحمة رحمة للعالمين، أرسله بأمره صادقا وبذكره ناطقا، فأدى أمينا ومدى رشيدا، وخلف فينا راية الحق، من تقدمها مرق ومن تخلف عنها زهق، ومن لزمها لحق وهو لحق. هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله، وكفى بالله شهيدا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره، ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له، ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأن محمدا عبده ورسوله أكرمه بالنبوة وجعله رحمة للعالمين. اللهم صل وسلم على عبدك ورسولك وحافظ سرك ومبلغ رسالاتك، وصل على وصيه وأخيه أمير المؤمنين وعلى الصديقة الطاهرة فاطمة سيدة نساء العالمين، وصل على سبتي الرحمة الحسن والحسين سيدي شباب أهل الجنة، وصل على أئمة المسلمين علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي والخلف القائم المهدي حججك على عبادك وأمنائك في بلادك صلاة كثيرة دائمة. اللهم لا تدع لنا ذنبا إلا غفرته، ولا هما إلا فرجته، ولا سقما إلا شفيته، ولا عيبا إلا سترته، ولا رزقا إلا بسطته، ولا خوفا إلا أمنته، ولا سوءا إلا صرفته، ولا حاجة هي لك رضا ولي فيها صلاح إلا قضيتها يا أرحم الراحمين. وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين. بلغ الهدى بكماله، كشف الدجى بجماله، حسنت جميع خصاله، صلوا عليه وآله. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك وترحم وتحنن على محمد وآل محمد كما صليت وسلمت وباركت وترحمت وتحننت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. أيها الإخوة والأخوات, brothers and sisters, happy birthday of Messenger of Mercy for mankind. Congratulations on this coming week, the birthday of our Holy Prophet, the birth of light and life, the birth of honesty and integrity, the birth of morality and manner, the birth of salvation and liberation, liberation from حكم الجاهلية, حمية الجاهلية, تبرج الجاهلية وذن الجاهلية, liberation from the darkness of age of ignorance. The birth of this Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, was an answer to the prayer of Khalil الرحمن إبراهيم عليه السلام عندما قال ربنا وابعث فيهم رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياتك ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة وَيُزَكِّيهِمْ إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْعَزِيزُ الْحَكِيمُ. He asked God to send a messenger that is a teacher, is a moral model, and Allah answered the prayer of Abraham, asking for teacher, for leader, for moral model to come after him later in human history to guide humanity. And Allah answered that prayer. Ya ayyuhan nabi, inna arsalnaka shahidan wa mubashiran wa nadhiran wa da'iyan ila Allah bi'idhnihi wa sirajan munira. O Prophet, he is using the title instead of Ya Muhammad, Ya ayyuhan nabi, the title of the messenger, that you are a witness for humanity, you are carrier of glad tidings, mubashir, you are a warner, you are a shining lamp, and you are the one who is calling for God. You are not calling for yourself, but calling for your Creator. Allah has done a favor to the faithful to send us rahmatan lil alameen, mercy for mankind. And he called him Sahib Khuluq Adim, the man of great character. Rasulullah wa Khatam al-Nabiyyin, a messenger from heaven, and the final messenger and prophet. Azizun alayhi ma anittum, a man that cares, a man who is anxious about your suffering, about human problem. Yes, Allah sent Al-Muddathir, Al-Muzammil. He sent Taha wa Yasin. He did favor to the faithful, and he did answer the prayer of Abraham. وأنزل الله عليك الكتاب والحكمة وعلمك ما لم تكن تعلم وَكَانَ فَضْلُ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكَ عَظِيمًا. You are blessed with a book. You are blessed with wisdom. You are blessed with great knowledge and great grace. You are blessed with these 4 qualities. What is the mission of this holy prophet? The Quran mentions the mission of this messenger. يَأْمُرُهُمْ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَاهُمْ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ وَيُحِلُّ لَهُمُ الطَّيِّبَاتِ وَيُحَرِّمُ عَلَيْهِمُ الْخَبَائِثِ وَيَدَعْ عَنْهُمْ إِسْرَهُمْ وَالْأَغْلَالَ الَّتِي كَانَتْ عَلَيْهِمْ. He came to promote what is good, to prevent what is evil, to tell you what is lawful and what is not lawful, what is immoral. He came to free your mind and your thought from the yoke of dhalala, yoke of jahiliyyah, from the slavery of ignorance and superstitions. Yes, the main job of as-Sadiq al-Amin, the Walid of al-Rabi', was what he called it, إِنَّمَا بُعِثْتُ لِأُتَمِّمَ مَكَارِمَ الْأَخْلَاقِ. He came for akhlaq. أكملكم إيمانا أحسنكم أخلاقا. Who is perfect in faith? The one who is perfect in akhlaq, in character and integrity. أول ما يوضع في ميزان العبد يوم القيامة حسن خلقه. The Prophet, peace be upon him, saying that the first things that is noticed and is rewarded on the day of judgment, the first thing is measured and balanced, is your akhlaq. لا تنظروا إلى كثرة صلاتهم وصومهم وحجهم وزكاتهم بل انظروا إلى صدق حديثهم وأداء أمانتهم. There are people who pray, they fast, they do acts of worship, but the Prophet said that's not enough. Look if they are honest. Look if they are trustworthy. We had some people who used to come even to Salat al-Jum'ah. They used to come, a few people that I know, every week. The first to come and the last to leave. And because of that, I trusted their faith. And a couple of them, they asked me for help. And I introduced some people that they were blessed with wealth to give them loan and like al-mudaraba. And they promised that this is going to be the qarar, and they wrote it and they signed it. And I trusted them because of their salat and their siyam and their iltizam al-zahiri. But it happened that some of them, after a while, they disappeared altogether. And when we asked them what happened to the amana, this guy gave you an amana. They said, oh, I'm bankrupt now. Well, you are not bankrupt in paying your bill, you are bankrupt in your akhlaq. You are bankrupt in your behavior. One of them said that, oh, I have a land somewhere overseas, I can give that land to this person. And they said, He lives here. He doesn't need land somewhere on this planet. But just for a matter of test, he said, okay, where is that land and how much that land worth? And when he gave the details and somebody looked at it, he said he wants to sell that land, that nobody buys it at this time, 3 times of the normal price. That even when he said, I'm going to give something, still he wants to cheat and get more money for something that didn't exist. The Prophet said, لا تنظروا إلى كثرة صلاتهم وصومهم وحجهم وزكاتهم بل انظروا إلى صدق حديثهم وأداء أمانتهم. Because these people with this kind of action and behavior discourage from amal al-khair. Next time somebody comes to you, you are scared even to help someone. And that is horrible. Al-akhlaq. بُعِثْتُ لِأُتَمِّمَ مَكَارِمَ الْأَخْلَاق. جاء الرجل إلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله من بين يديه فقال يا رسول الله ما الدين. He came in front of the Prophet. Tell me, define what is religion. قال حسن الخلق. ثم أتاه عن يمينه فقال ما الدين. حسن الخلق. ثم أتاه من شماله ما الدين. قال حسن الخلق. ثم أتاه من ورائه, all the digression. Ya Rasulullah, tell me the essence of religion, the spirit of deen. Explain to me. And each time the Prophet said, حسن الخلق, beautiful behavior, good character. But the person is still like anxious to hear more. The Prophet said, التفقه في الدين هو أن لا تغضب. Of course, I already told you what is deen. But if you want to have the real understanding of deen, is that manage your anger. And this is why Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, that we have the birthday of Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam also in the same day. قال الغضب نار القلوب. The hell of heart is anger. الغضب مفتاح كل شر. A key to any corruption and crime can be ghadab. Ghadab can be a key to a crime. People get angry and then they commit horrible crimes. And some people advantage of this. Like this person that I mentioned, because they deal with people who don't want to be angry and do ugly thing, can, take them to the court and make a big mess. They take advantage of husn al-khulq of people. But still is better this than getting angry and getting out of control. قيل يا رسول الله إن فلانة تصوم النهار وتقوم الليل وهي سيئة الخلق تؤذي جيرانها بلسانها. That this lady is wonderful lady, is fasting every day and she is praying the whole night, but the problem is that she tortures her neighbors with her tongue. Her tongue is bothering her neighbor. قال لا خير فيها هي من أهل النار. The Prophet said that a person who is bothering and torturing his neighbors or her neighbors, this is not min أهل Jannah. It should be a person of hell. As al-akhlaq, brothers and sisters, is the main mission of Mawlud al-Rabi'. That's his main mission. Look at the Holy Quran in Surah Al-Hujurat, verse 11, verse 12, talking about 6 fundamental moral principle. لا يسخر قوم من قوم عسى أن يكون خيرا منهم. Bullying. You see that even top politicians, they are always insulting and bullying and making fun of everyone. Allah is saying, don't do that. The person that you insult might be even better than you. Why you are insulting somebody else that you deserve this insult even more? Secondly, وَلَا تَلْمَزُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. Don't defame other people. اجتنبوا كثيرا من الظن. Don't be suspicious. وَلَا تَجَسَّسُوا. Don't spy. Don't make fitna by tajassus. وَلَا يَغْتَبْ بَعْضُكُمْ بَعْضًا. And don't kill, don't attack other people's integrity. وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهِ. Number 6 is that be mindful of your Lord. Practice piety. Yes, sad to see that Prophet Muhammad with all these qualities, he is Rasulullah, he is Khatam al-Nabiyyin, he is al-Mustafa, he is Abdullah wa Rasuluh. But still, مَا أُوذِيَ النَّبِيٌّ بِمِثْلِ مَا أُوذِيتَ. No prophet was persecuted and insulted and oppressed like the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. People, instead of appreciating the message of morality of this man, they make the caricature like this Charlie Hebdo did, started from years back. And when it comes to the Holy Prophet, they say, well, they made a caricature. That is freedom of expression. Can you also justify racism? Those people who are racist, to say that, well, that is freedom of expression. You want to attack like people of color? You are free. Express yourself. They don't say that. When it comes to anti-Semitism, can you go and make fun of like Jews and make insult? No, that is anti-Semitic. That is not freedom of expression. And we say, okay, you cannot be racist, you cannot be anti-Semitic. We agree with that. But why is it when it comes to Islamophobia, then you have freedom of expression? It's just an amazing. That is not freedom of expression. That is freedom of hypocrisy. That's freedom of dishonesty. That's freedom of rudeness. That's freedom of insulting and aggression. That is Islamophobia. That should not be free, because that is bad. But we live in a very funny world. Did you hear just yesterday that this Jeremy Corbyn, he was the former leader of British Labour Party. It's a very famous leader that always speaks his mind the very honorable way. Yesterday, his own party, British Labour Party, they suspended this man who was their leader and the last 2 elections. Not only is not the leader of the party, they said we don't want him even to be a member of the same party that he's been leading. Wow, what happened? Why? They are saying like 4 or 5 years ago, he said to somebody who was saying something, an artist, he said something about Israel or anti-Semitic. And at that time he said, well, it's freedom of expression. Because of that 5 years ago happened, and the committee started investigating this guy, they said, yes, he considered that as freedom of expression. Now the party said, you should have not said that it was freedom of expression. You should have condemned that. Because you didn't do it, not only you cannot be our leader, you cannot be even in this party. Isn't that amazing? just for one word. People are in that position. This is funny word. Like when Sudan normalized its relation with Israel, right away President Trump said, you are not in the list of terrorism anymore. Wow! Now that you are a friend of Israel, you are not terrorists anymore, right? Till like 1 hour ago, before normalization, you were a terrorist. But now you are not a terrorist anymore. Well, we live exactly in a very funny world, but not about Islamophobia. Islamophobia is a different story. When President of France said that Islam is in crisis. Wow. I thought the entire world is in crisis. This pandemic is going on and coronavirus, the whole world is in crisis. And now you are saying Islam is in... Yes, the Muslims, they are suffering from more crisis because of guys like you. Set it up and put them in this position. That is why. They are in crisis. This guy said that we are going to continue that. You cannot get caricature from us, this freedom of expression. And this is why we have all of this. You remember that years back when Jacques Chirac was the president of France, the first time that this magazine, they made a caricature of the Prophet. At that time, Jean Chirac said that anything that can hurt the convictions of someone else should be avoided. Very wise statement. And Macron could say the same thing and heal people and lead people in the right way. But looks like there are people, they are looking for crisis, they are looking for headache. They just love that because they can use that. And this is why this guy, they are saying a guy from Tunisia came to France a few hours before he went to the church and he committed this crime. It's a horrible crime. But just like similar to 9/11, some people came to this country and then 9/11 happened. And now they are saying this guy, 25-year or 21-year-old man, came from Tunisia to Italy and from Italy to France hours or days before this crime. So what's going on? And then they come and they condemn the entire Islam. I mean, the Muslim community, even in France, they were the first time to condemn even the killing of that teacher. That was a crime. This is a crime. And we never want criminals like ISIS or people from Al-Qaeda to defend Islam, because they hurt Islam and harm Islam more than anyone else. More than 99% of victims of ISIS or Al-Qaeda were Muslims. Even now they are killing people in Syria, in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in Libya, in Yemen, every day. We don't want those criminals to defend our religion. They act like enemies of religion. Their crime is against the Creator, against the humanity. But there are people that they want to make all of these things and then everybody benefits. Even Trump was saying that, look, if Biden comes to power, these guys are going to come and killing you. Well, 9/11, who was in charge? George Bush was in charge in 9/11, that happened. Where were you to defend us at that time? Lots of propaganda, brothers and sisters, that there are people to try to damage our religion, al-Islam, religion of peace. The essence of this faith is to promote peace and hope and healing and love and brotherhood and unity in humanity. But there are people that they set up these things to say that, oh no, every Muslim is extremist. I don't see it in Dearborn. I don't see any extremists in Dearborn now. It's a Mawlid al-Nabi, but more people are talking about Halloween and trick and treat and candy and costumes in Dearborn more than even the birthday of Holy Prophet. So where are the extremists that they are talking about? They want people to ignore the real crisis, which is now this pandemic, and talk about Islam. So what is our position? Of course we condemn crimes like that, and we also condemn those politicians that with their childish statements, they add more fuel to this fire of violence and Islamophobia. They are part of the problem too. But as Muslim community, our job is to just get engaged and bring more education, more enlightenment, be part of the solution. أفضل أن تضيء شمعة من أن تلعن الظلام. It's better to light a single candle than just keep cursing the darkness. We have to be part of light and part of ad-diya, sirajan munira. And one way to do that, brothers and sisters, if you have not voted yet, don't forget this Tuesday, man and woman, especially women. Women in our community should take this election very seriously, whether it's for the president or city elections. And it's very, very important that we see who might be better for this country, who might be better for this nation, for our society, for the world, who might help us to stop this Islamophobia, who can be more helpful in fighting prejudice, hate and exclusion. So our voting has some impact. It's not going to change like 100% the world, but as much as we can, our participation and our engagement and our action and our outreach, we have to be part of it. It's not just say, I'm a Muslim and I'm doing my prayer and doing my duty. I'm American, I have an American passport. No, we have to do our part. Now that we have this opportunity, we have this freedom, we have all these blessings. Look at what's going on in just one humble, small mosque here. Look at outside and the parking lot, all this ni'am, free for everyone. We don't have this in the Middle East, we don't have this in Africa, we don't have it even in Europe. So these are opportunities that we have to also be part of solution and appreciation in action, and to see how we can make it better, make it greater for our community and for the country and for the world. So again, congratulations on Maulud al-Nabi, peace be upon him, and congratulations that the voting date is coming, this coming Tuesday. For those brothers and sisters who have not done this duty yet, please make sure that you are there, you are vote, and you vote your conscience, you vote your soul. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala sayyidina wa nabiyyina Muhammadin wa alihi al-tahirin. Allahumma ashrah bis-salati alayhi sudurana wa yassir biha umurana وفرج بها همومنا واغفر بها ذنوبنا واقضي بها ديوننا وأصلح لها وبها أحوالنا. اللهم ثبت قلوبنا على محبة محمد واستعملنا على سنة محمد وتوفنا على سنة محمد واحشرنا في زمرة محمد. آمين يا رب العالمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. وإلى الصلاة، إن الصلاة تنهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر، الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله، أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله، أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله، أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله، وأن عليا ولي الله. حي على الصلاة، حي على الصلاة، حي على الفلاح، حي على الفلاح، حي على خير العمل، حي على خير العمل. قد قامت الصلاة، قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر، الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. وجهت وجه الذي فطر السماوات والأرض حنيفا مسلما وما أنا من المشركين. سووا صفوفكم واعتدلوا on right order of the lines, and please silence your cell phone في أثناء الصلاة. no cell phone. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، الرحمن الرحيم، مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم، صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يسبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض، الملك القدوس العزيز الحكيم. هو الذي بعث في الأميين رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة وإن كانوا من قبل لفي ضلال مبين، وآخرين منهم لما يلحقوا بهم وهو العزيز الحكيم. ذلك فضل الله يؤتيه من يشاء والله ذو الفضل العظيم. مثل الذين حملوا التوراة ثم لم يحملوها كمثل الحمار يحمل أسفارا، بئس مثل القوم الذين كذبوا بآيات الله والله لا يهدي القوم الظالمين. قل يا أيها الذين هادوا إن زعمتم أنكم أولياء لله من دون الناس فتمنوا الموت إن كنتم صادقين، ولا يتمنونه أبدا بما قدمت أيديهم والله عليم بالظالمين. قل إن الموت الذي تفرون منه فإنه ملاقيكم ثم تردون إلى عالم الغيب والشهادة فينبئكم بما كنتم تعملون. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نودي للصلاة من يوم الجمعة فاسعوا إلى ذكر الله وذروا البيع ذلكم خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون فإذا قضيت الصلاة فانتشروا في الأرض وابتغوا من فضل الله واذكروا الله كثيرا لعلكم تفلحون وإذا رأوا تجارة أو لهوا انفضوا إليها وتركوك قائما قل ما عند الله خير من اللهو ومن التجارة والله خير الرازقين. الله أكبر. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم إنا نسألك بأهل خاصتك من ملائكتك والصالحين من بريتك أن تجعل لنا واقية تنجينا من الهلكات وتجنبنا من الآفات وأن تنزل علينا من سكينتك وأن تغشي وجوهنا بأنوار محبتك وأن تحوينا بأسناف عصمتك برأفتك ورحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. رب صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. رب صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. حول الله وقوته أقوم وأقعد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء أحوى. سنقرئك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله إنه يعلم الجهر وما يخفى ونيسرك لليسرى فذكر إن نفعت الذكرى سيذكر من يخشى ويتجنبها الأشقى الذي يصلى النار الكبرى ثم لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا. قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى. بل تؤثرون الحياة الدنيا والآخرة خير وأبقى. إن هذا لفي الصحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم وموسى. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله. الله أكبر. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. رب صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. رب صل على محمد وآل محمد. يا ولي العافية أسألك العافية، عافية الدنيا والآخرة يا أرحم الراحمين. الله أكبر. الحمد لله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر.
إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. يا من يقدر على حوائج السائلين ويعلم ما في ضمير الصامتين. يا من لا يحتاج إلى تفسير. يا من يعلم خائنة الأعين وما تخفي الصدور. يا من أنزل العذاب على قوم يونس فدعوا وتضرعوا إليه فكشف عنهم العذاب ومتعهم إلى حين. قد ترى مكاني وتسمع دعائي وتعلم علانيتي وسري وحالي. صل على محمد وآل محمد واكفني ما أهمني من أمر ديني ودنياي وآخرتي برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين.
اللهم صل على محمد. تقبل الله inshallah. Remember that inshallah from next Friday time is changing. So the salat, the khutbah start 12:30. من الجمعة القادمة إن شاء الله الخطبة والصلاة من الساعة 12:30. لا تتأخروا. تقدم في الحضور إن شاء الله. Tonight احتفال مولد النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام starting around 7 o'clock. There's some pizza for families, for the kids. Everybody should have masks. Everybody social distance. Inshallah, a great celebration. And Dr. Mahdi Elahi is going to speak. He is the guest speaker for tonight. This Sunday at 11 o'clock, inshallah, we have a chatting with Dr. Hassan Rustam and Hajj Maryam Alawan. They talk about their experience of life. They are Muslim, honorable family, born in this country, and they have a lot to share. This is this Sunday at 11 o'clock. Follow the Facebook of Islamic House of Wisdom and other networks. Inshallah, when you are leaving after Salatul Asr, there is so much stuff. The fruit, the fawakeh, vegetable, bakery, falafel, milk, you can call it. So please take for yourself or even for your neighbors. You know, sometimes we take some stuff for our neighbors and they are non-Muslims. And they get so happy when they see that we share with them some of this stuff. So please do so, because Allah, especially the boxes outside, there's no limitation. Somebody wrote somewhere that this is not from the budget of House of Wisdom, somebody else. Allah bless you. I mean, what is your point? That, yeah, you think that we are printing dollar here? Of course we don't have money for this kind of thing. We didn't say it's all. But we are coordinated with the companies, with the federal authorities, and you know, we bring it here. We don't want you to say thank you, we thank Allah, but to say it that, oh, this is not from the money of House of Wisdom, it is from Allah yatik al-afiyah. So, you know, natasamah, no problem. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله وأن عليا ولي الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير العمل حي على خير العمل قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله استغفر الله العظيم وأتوب إليه صلاة العصر